Hi, welcome to the weekly news roundup. I'm Vida and these are your headlines. Foreign Affairs Ministry submit rights report to European Commission. Floods in Sihanouk kills 3 and damage roads. Two buildings in Sihanoukville deemed unsafe to be demolished. Land Management Ministry identifies fire trap buildings. CLF reaffirms commitment to 1 million tons of rice export target. Planning Ministry proposes more than 14 billion for development. We start with the national. Foreign Affairs Ministry spokesman Ketsupan on Wednesday said the government has submitted a report to the European Commission detailing efforts made to improve human rights in the kingdom. The report submitted on Tuesday is in response to a 30-page note sent by the EC in March as part of its review of Cambodia's everything but arms trade status. He said, quote, in the report, we stress the outcomes and achievements which the government made, and we also stress freedom for civil society groups. Mr. Supan added the monitoring period ended on Monday and that the EC now has 3 months to decide whether the kingdom will lose its EBA status. The EBA review is being conducted by the EC due to perceived democratic and human rights setbacks after the Supreme Court in 2017 dissolved the CNLP and banned its senior members from politics. Outgoing EU Ambassador George Eger yesterday said the EC has already received the report and it will spend the next 3 months drafting conclusions. Mr. Eger noted that the decision to suspend the EBA will depend on an analysis of action taken by Cambodia to address right issues. Heavy storm in Sihanouk province have left 3 people dead and roads damaged. Major General Chuan Naran, Chief of Provincial Police, identified one of the dead as 45-year-old Chinese national who was killed on Friday after a wall collapsed at a brick factory in Roundup district. He noted that 2 Cambodian construction workers were killed in Sihanouk's Bun commune. Other provinces have also been affected by floods, including Ratanakiri, where a 15-year-old girl drowned last week. Kawi, spokesman for the National Committee for Disaster Management, said more than 2,000 families in the provinces of Ratanakiri, Mundulkiri and Kampot were evacuated from their homes. According to one video, in order to avoid contracting a disease, water must either be boiled, filtered or mixed with chlorine before it is consumed. It also instructs residents on how to maintain hygiene. Sihanouk Provincial Governor Kuchamran has approved demolition orders for 2 recently constructed buildings in Sihanouk after they were deemed unsafe by officials. The buildings are located in Bun and Pi communes. On Monday, Mr. Chamran had a meeting with all parties involved, including the building and landowners, to discuss the decision to have the buildings in Bun and Pi commune demolished. According to a press release issued after the Monday meeting, the owners of the buildings are Chinese national of the building in Bun commune and another Chinese national of the building in Pi commune. It said the decision to demolish the buildings came after inspectors ruled the buildings were unsafe for having weak foundations, failing to meet technical standards and for developing cracks. It noted that although the landowners have agreed to demolish the buildings, they are requested permits to allow reconstruction. As of Tuesday, the building in Bun commune was shuttered and no tenants were present. Police officers and security guards were preventing people from going in and out of the building. The Interior Ministry on Monday said some buildings in the kingdom lack fire safety standards, including emergency exits, fire extinguishers, sprinklers and alarms, and ordered them to be retrofitted. The ministry noted that a working group was established to conduct checks on building construction in the wake of the building collapse in Sihanoukville, which killed 28 construction workers and injured 26 others. Speaking at a national seminar on fire safety on Monday, Ok Kim Lek, a Ministry Secretary of State, said the group found that many tall buildings already in use or being constructed do not have emergency exits or safe passageways, making them potentially risky when a fire breaks out. Mr. Kim Lek noted that the building and construction owners have been instructed to correct their oversights. Mr. Kim Lek said all architects must ensure that fire protection systems and equipment are included in their building plans, including having sprinkler systems and fire extinguishers. Major General Ned Vanta, the Ministry Fire Department Director, said 6 vending venues, including Phnom Penh Corporate Exhibition Center and Mondia Center, lack emergency exits. He said the Corporate and Mondia centers have been ordered to redesign their fire protection systems, while actions against the other 4 is still pending. To our top business story this week, the new board of Cambodian Rice Federation has vowed to grow the country's rice exports to 1 million tons a year by 2022. During the first meeting of the association, since new leadership was elected last week, board members pledged to turn Cambodian rice into a globally recognizable brand and make the industry more sustainable, fair and transparent. Song Saron, who is now the association president, said the priority will be to achieve 1 million tons in rice export a year within the next 3 years. Mr. Saron, who is also CEO of Amru Rice, said, quote, "We will set up policies and action plans to achieve this target and place Cambodian rice on the global map." The 1 million ton target was set up by the government in 2015. However, Cambodia has failed to achieve it, with exports amounting to just 622,000 tons last year. The association restructured its leadership during an annual meeting held last week. All 25 COF board members agreed to work towards the 1 million tons goal, including Hon La, who last week became chairman and will be responsible for the legislative unit. The Ministry of Planning has proposed a budget allocations of $14.48 billion to fund 608 projects between 2020 and 2022 that would focus on 4 sectors, including economic, financial, infrastructure, and services. The ministry on Wednesday released a list of proposed projects during an inter-ministerial meeting, which noted a total of 608 projects to be implemented over the next 3 years. In breaking down the budget for each year, the ministry said the government would need $4.55 billion in 2020, $5.1 billion in 2021, and $4.82 billion in 2022. The ministry also broke down the budget allocated for each sector, including $943.9 million for the economic sector, $4.73 billion for the financial sector, while the physical infrastructure sector and services and related sectors need $7.79 billion and about $1 billion respectively. Michael Yan, a senior advisor at the Supreme National Economic Council, said the investments are necessary for the progress of the country's economic growth. However, he noted that each project needs to be implemented efficiently. Prip Kol, Executive Director of Transparency International in Cambodia, underlined the importance of ensuring the quality of public projects. This is all for this week. Join us again for the next episode of the Weekly News Roundup. If you like what we have done so far, please like, share and follow. We would also like to hear your opinion of what we have presented. I'm Vida. Have a good weekend.